Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice. Today we're going back to trial. Right? We didn't start trial already yet. No, we're going back. Alright, cool. So, the one thing we found out yesterday is that Soren was there at the crime scene. I only hope I can get some testimony from him that'll get to the heart of the matter. Mr. Wright. Good morning, Ellen. Look, I'm afraid you might not like the results of today's trial. Nevertheless, don't tell me you're still thinking of going that route. Soren is innocent. He can be found guilty. Take me instead. Ellen, please. Try and get a hold of yourself. Oh, right, I left my AC on. It was like really hot earlier, and then the temperature thing shut it off. I gotta go turn that off. Alright, I believe in Soren with all my heart. So how dare you doubt him? Regardless of which of them is found guilty today, it's gonna be devastating for Ellen, isn't it? We'll just have to do everything we can. That's the best we can do, you know? The trial is about to begin, Mr. Wright. Alright, let's go, Maya. Yeah. I'm not having fun anymore. This isn't like the other murder trials we've been a part of, or when I was kidnapped. Day 2. Court is now in session. All a raisin bran. Court is back in session for the trial of Ellen White. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Let's see now. Where were we? In yesterday's session, we found out about the Sprocket family conspiracy to cover up the murder of Dumas Gloomsbury with a second reception. Taking advantage of our collective shock, the defense, as usual, made a nonsensical claim. Namely, that there was a third person present who struck the victim. Objection! Yeah, it wasn't nonsensical. Hey, don't try to make it sound like I made it all up. The defendant herself made a statement about the existence of a third party, and further investigation has only proven her statement to be true. Then I presume the defense intends to focus on proving the identity of that third person. Is that all right with you, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed, Your Honor. In fact, I predict that the defense will, most likely, attempt to name Mr. Soren Sprocket as the true culprit. How did you know? Because it's your M.O. The driver during the accident that killed Mr. Sprocket's sister was the victim. Therefore, Mr. Sprocket had a motive to murder Mr. Gloomsbury. It's what you plan to assert, is it not, Mr. Wright? Am I that transparent? I mean, you could have gone a different route saying that you saw Gloomsbury attack Ellen, and then he attacked Gloomsbury in defense of his wife. Come now, Mr. Wright. Did you really think the police wouldn't uncover this information? I mean, you guys are incompetent sometimes. Congrats on getting it in one, Mr. Edgeworth. Hold it! But... It's her, yeah. You're wrong! Soren didn't do it! He's innocent! Mrs. Wyatt, please! He's innocent, I tell you! What is this, Mr. Wright? I thought your claim about the existence of a third person came from the defendant. Also, is that how she normally speaks? It did. This is just a minor hiccup. Did you not discuss your strategy today with the defendant, Mr. Wright? Oh no, I did. She just didn't like it. It appears that the defense is in disarray. Therefore, the best way to clear things up is to ask Mr. Sprocket himself what happened. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call Soren Sprocket to the stand. What? Very well, bailiff. Please bring Mr. Sprocket to the witness stand. Is he alright from, like, the stab wound? Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh boy. Can we get Sarge back? Ow! There's something written on this paper airplane. Let's see. Soren Sprocket, Managing Director of Sprocket Aviations. Mr. Sprocket, Please give your answer in words, not paper airplanes. Now then, Mr. Sprocket, please tell the doubting lawyer there that what really happened at the time of the crime. Well, Mr. Sprocket. Mr. Sprocket! Break his legs. All right. You want me to talk about what happened when the crime occurred? In other words, after the first wedding reception. When Ellen and I were in the reception hall, right? Not even the power of the court can stop him from marching to his own beat of his drum. You can always hold him in contempt, throw him in the slammer, solitary confinement for a couple years. See how he likes that? Chronos, what? Oh, it's tyranny. Ooh. What Soren remembers? I was stabbed by Dumas in the reception hall. Oh yeah, that's right. I was stabbed by the Dumas in the reception hall and I collapsed to the floor. The next thing I saw was Ellen and Dumas on the Vista deck. I knew Ellen was in danger, so I headed for the Vista deck. But when I got there, Dumas was already... I don't want to believe it, but I must have been Ellen. Nothing else makes sense. Wait just a minute. You actually think Ms. White killed the victim? That's right. Dumas was killed by Ellen. This is unbelievable. How can you suspect your bride, the woman you love?
Objection!
No! No, we're gonna lead this witness. The truth can be cruel. Ms. White, you must be very upset. Is there anything you wish to say? Oh great, you broke her! No, I can't believe this. Soren, I thought that at least you would believe in me. The best way now to show your love for your groom is to admit your guilt and try to atone. Soren.
Hold it!
Mr. Edgeworth, I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. And quit picking on this clearly distraught. Yeah, isn't that cool, Mr. Edgeworth? Huh. The court is where we seek the truth. And the truth is unyielding, even if to the truly pitiful. Mr. Edgeworth, I find it distasteful to make a lady cry. That too, Your Honor. Now, what are we gonna do, Nick? If the third person Ellen saw on the Vista desk was Soren, then we have to prove Soren was there at the time of the murder. I don't see any obvious inconsistencies in his testimony, but we're gonna press the shit out of him anyways. Alright, so you were stabbed. Good for you. You made a good recovery so far. Please tell me everything you can about when you get stabbed. After the reception hall, Ellen and I were enjoying a moment alone in the reception hall. Then Dumas appeared and stabbed me. He grabbed Ellen and the timekeeper and left the reception hall. Did Mr. Gloomsbury say anything at the time? I don't remember. After I was stabbed, I was immobilized by the pain. I see. You know, that is painful.
Hold it!
The Vista deck, huh? But it was nighttime then. Could you really see them in the darkness? The moon was out, so I could see them clearly. What about Mars? Was it bright tonight? From the look of it, Dumas was trying to push Ellen and the timekeeper off the side. Okay. So you saw the defendant about to be thrown out the airship, you say? That's right. In such a desperate situation, it would only be natural to fight for her life. And the murder weapon was right there within her grasp. This isn't going well at all. I gotta do something fast. I mean...
Hold it!
The way he worded it is weird, right? I don't know. Generally speaking, when I hear about someone who defended themselves and they took someone's life in the process, whether intentionally or accidentally, because, believe it or not, people are easy to kill. And I'm not saying that to be like a, ooh, psychopath. No, it's like a punch to the head can fucking kill someone. Just randomly, right? There's a lot of factors in it. They punch the head, you could accidentally have fucking just caused brain bleeding, right? You hit them, they fall to the ground, they whack their neck or their head. They're dead, right? So, when I hear about self-defense cases like that, you go, well, you know, they were being attacked. Oh well, right? Person that died, sucks for their family. They shouldn't have attacked that person. Now they're dead because of it. The way it was here, I don't know. The way he said, it must have been her, like sad? Like, fuck, dude. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of jaded, and I think assholes who try to kill innocent people should get what they fucking deserve. But still, I don't know. I would have been like, yeah, then she defended herself, and probably left it at that. Then again, I'm not Soren, who seems to be a bit much. I understand that your bride was in danger, but were you really able to move with a stab wound in the gut? I was desperately trying to push the pain out of my mind. I see. So adrenaline kicked in and it gave you strength. Is that right? I don't see much of anything else in that statement I can refute. That's right. I almost passed out several times as I made my way to the Vista deck.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely sure, Mr. Sprocket? That by the time you get to the Vista deck, the murder had already been committed? Yes. But the Vista deck is just on the other side of the glass windows in the reception hall. Shouldn't you have been able to get there right away?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, have you investigated nothing? The only way to the Vista deck is to go through the hold and take the lift. No matter how much one hurries, it would take at least 10 minutes. Well, that's unhelpful. Maybe Soren had to have gotten there before the murder, or my claim won't stand. But Soren had to have gotten there before the murder, or my claim won't stand. Do you have any ideas for me, Maya? Don't just stand there. Definitely easier to prove that someone did go to the hold than not. I mean, you can't leave anything if you don't go someplace, right? Can't leave anything. Wait a minute. I think Maya's onto something here. The lack of a certain something actually proves that Soren didn't go to the hold. But there is blood there. Should you be saying it's like all over the place? What's the matter? Are you stumped already? No. I'm far from stumped, Mr. Edgeworth. I know for a fact that Mr. Sprocket didn't go to the hold. You and your paper thing bluffs. Mr. Sprocket's blood stain was on the lift proves he went to the hold. Now, so what possible proof could you have that he did in fact not go there? You want proof? You got it! You can do this, Phoenix. There's gotta be proof that Soren didn't go to the hold. Well, Mr. Wright? Okay, one second. Fucking Christ. Oh, he wore red so you can't see the bleeding. I mean, I guess the blood stain, right? Because why would it just be down the cracks, yeah? Unless he was stabbed, like, on the Vista deck and bled through the seam? The gap? This proves that Mr. Sprocket didn't go through the hold. I mean, that's all I have. Oh, okay, never mind. Hold entry.
Take that!
Wasn't all I had. As anyone can see from the hold entry record, there's absolutely no mention of Soren Sprocket entering the hole. The defense is certain that Mr. Sprocket used a different route to get to the Vista deck. You can assert all you want, Mr. Wright, but can you actually prove another route exists? Can I prove the existence of another route, you ask? No? Maybe? Sure. I can prove it. Even if it's just a bluff, I have to present something. Anything can prove the existence of a faster route to the Vista deck. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please? Show us how Mr. Sprocket got to the Vista deck. Sprout made the deck through here. I don't think I should have chose that. I mean, they'll probably just send me back anyways if it's wrong, but still. Was there broken glass anywhere? This door is not the door. Like, what is this?
Take that!
Save his bride from danger, Mr. Sprocket. Open the escape hatch. That was an escape hatch? It made its way along the outside of the Vista deck. Isn't that right, Mrs. Sprocket? That would certainly be a much faster route to the Vista deck.
Objection!
Huh. I'm disappointed, Mr. Wright. Is that really the best you could muster? Yeah. That escape hatch is not meant to be used to get from the reception hall to the Vista deck. One slip and that's all it would take for Mr. Sprocket to plunge to his death. I have to agree, the defense claim is really stretching it. I understand how it sounds, Your Honor. But at this point, it's too early to definitely say that he didn't go that way. So that's what you're going with then, I take it? Of course, Your Honor! This is real life, Mr. Wright, not some cinematic drivel or comic book. Yes, it is. Do you have some sort of logical explanation to share that would convince us of your claim? I do? Are you there, Nick? Kind of? Actually, I have nothing. So I'll just have to wing it somehow. On what do you base your theory that Mr. Sprocket made his way along the outside? My theory is that he was able to go along the outside wall despite the dangers based on the power of love! To save the bride he loves, the groom risked his life and rushed to her side. Mr. Sprocket was able to make it to the Vista deck despite the danger. Because of the power of love! The power of love? And love is a source of strength that can help one overcome any obstacle. I think I can relate, thanks to my own long, happy marriage. And the multiple mistresses I've had. Wow, he actually seems to be buying it.
Objection!
That's stupid. The power of love, you say? That kind of illogical argument is hardly viable in court of law. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? No! I'm afraid not, Miss Adgeworth. You should never underestimate the power of love. You'll understand one day when you get married. Which I won't! Okay. Exactly what is wrong with wishing to remain unwed? Way to set him off, Your Honor. Never mind all the unscientific nonsense. I don't think it was the fact that you want to remain unwed, dude. I think it was the fact that you bursted out so defensively about it that kind of made him be like, what the fuck? Are you sure, Mr. Wright, that at the time of the crime, that there was a huge wait, I missed something. Are you aware, not are you sure, there was a huge propeller turning at full speed between the hatch and the Vista deck? Even if a person were to go outside through the hatch. Chop, 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 chop. Whee! They'd be blown away in an instant. Ah! What does your power of love get you now, Mr. Wright? A huge spinning propeller, you say? You would need a lot of love for that. In that case, I have to admit it does seem impossible. I should have known. Nick, you can't make that kind of face in front of your client. The worst of times when a lawyer has to force their biggest smile, right? We're screwed, Maya. No, Dick. Okay, right. Sorry. I feel like I just saw Mia looking out at me through Maya's eyes. What's wrong, Nick? Why are you gaping at me like a giant sunfish? So, thanks, Maya. You just helped me remember something really important. That you can channel your sister. Can you do that? Because I miss her. There it is. What do you mean? There's a fearless smile I was looking for. Now, give us a mind-blowing theory just like you always do. I have to turn my thinking around. Instead of wondering how Soren could have moved past the huge propeller, I have to think about what would have made it possible for him to do that. Your Honor, Mr. Wright only makes that ridiculous face when his back is pressed against the wall. Therefore, please do hurry up and give you a ruling before. Yeah, fuck you. Already done, bitch. Mr. Edgeworth, it's still far too early to discount my theory. What are you talking about? The airship's large spinning propellers have already shredded it to pieces. Reese pieces. But if you think a little more outside the box, or, you know, outside the blimp, I'm sure you can find a way he could have made it. Stop trying to stall, Mr. Wright. It shows how it could have even remotely been possible, if at all. I must agree with Mr. Edgeworth. Very well, Your Honor. There must have been a way. Some way that Soren could have moved along the wall in spite of a propeller. Now then, Mr. Wright. What specifically would have made it possible? This is how it's been possible for Mr. Sprock to get to the Vista deck. He got the deck from some other way. The airship wasn't flying. The propeller's broken. The airship was not flying. If the propellers were it's a blimp, right? So you only need the propellers to move. I mean, the logical thing would be it wasn't flying, because it could have still been, you know, docked in the moor, still floating in the air, because it's a blimp, but doesn't mean it was flying around, right? I guess maybe floating does count as flying. Because, like, even if you're still just in the air in a blimp like it is at the moor, you're gonna die. Well, you're probably gonna die if you fall off. You're like 99% chance gonna die when you land from falling off of that. Sure, there will be some cases that might live, but what allowed Mrs. Spark to go along the outside wall in spite of the propellers is the location of the flying chapel at the time of the crime. The location of the flying chapel? But wasn't it flying high in the sky? No, Your Honor. I'm afraid it wasn't. What? Then where was it? At the time of the murder, the airship wasn't flying through the sky. It was moored to the ground. What? And if the airship wasn't flying, then that means the propellers weren't turning. In which case, you know what that just reminded me of? Remember that old-time classic movie, GoldenEye, starring Pierce Bronson? Whatever. There was a guy in it that clicked a pen like that multiple times. For some reason, when I just saw fucking Sprocket Rocket over there doing that, I for some reason got a visual in my head about him. Mrs. Sprocket could have gotten to the Vista deck along the outside wall. Isn't that right, Mr. Sprocket? Irk? You pulled a muscle in your thumb clicking your pen? Dude, that's pretty fucking bad. I don't remember. Ow, he stabbed himself with his pencil. He stabbed himself? I thought he was clicking his pen. Even if the propellers weren't turning, it would have been far too risky to go that way. Oh, but Mr. Edgeworth, you're forgetting about the power of love, because no one's ever loved you. Yes, the amazing power of love. This again? Very well, for the sake of argument, let's assume this so-called power of love made it possible for Mr. Sprocket to move along the outside of the airship. Can you prove that the airship was tied to the ground, as you claim, Mr. Wright? No. I don't have any evidence that proves where the airship was at the time. You can prove it, can't you? Maya, can you prove it? Can you think of anything you could use to prove it? Can't say I can. Oh, wait. Didn't somebody see something outside the window at the time of the crime? I think I remember someone saying as such. Okay, one second. Do we have anything saying that? That's not gonna help. Fucking Larry. The butthole does it again. Do I have a piece of evidence that shows what was outside the airship? Well, what are you waiting for? This piece of evidence shows what was outside the airship at the time of the crime. A pterodactyl.
Take that!
This piece of evidence shows that the airship was what was outside the airship at the time of the murder. What kind of lousy drawing is that? It's a drawing made by Larry Butts. And what can you prove? That poor attempt at artistry. Larry's crying in the gallery. Larry made this drawing before he switched to the lanterns. Before he switched to lanterns. So it might have been right around when the murder was being committed. Now, if I could direct the court's attention to here... Is that a pterodactyl? Does that mean that the airship actually went back in time?
Objection!
We've already proven that time travel is nothing more than a gimmick, did we not? We did, and I have no intention to bring up that argument again. This drawing shows us an important piece of information. It shows us that the airship was actually moored to the ground. And what makes you so sure? It's easy. All you have to do is consider who made this drawing. This idiot. Larry. That's right. It was Mr. Butts, and we both know what he's like. He must have seen something else and mistaken it as a pterodactyl. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with you there. Hey, wait just a goddamn second here. What kind of mooring do you guys take me for? A big one. I saw it with my own eyes. It was a pterodactyl flew right by the window, I tell you. I have the sharp eyes of an artist. Don't you believe me? No. Nick! Nope. Some friends you guys are. What about the judge? You believe me, right? No. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you need to leave this courtroom. Bailiff, if you would. But come on, buddy. Let's go. Why doesn't anybody believe me? Don't take it personally, Larry. It just is personal. I know you're just being, well, you. Now then, so you're saying that what Mr. Butts really saw was... bears some relation to what was outside the airship at the time of the murder. Yes, Your Honor. At least, I think it does. What this pterodactyl really is, will prove the airship was anchored to the mooring dock. Jesus. It had better, anyway. If it doesn't, my whole argument is bust. If you're that confident, then please, go ahead and tell us what it really was. Yes, Your Honor. Think, Phoenix, what could that pterodactyl actually have been? I mean... So the cabin's what, here? Actually, I don't fucking know. Cabin, hold. Wait, okay. Where's the fucking Vista deck? Not here. But the escape hatch is right here, right? Kind of thought the Vista deck was up there because that's what it shows. Yeah, so it has to be up there. So the cabin is right here. Huh. Ha. Ha ha. This? Oh, this! It literally is a pterodactyl right here.
Take that!
Please take a look at this sign. At the sign? It appears to have been broken and then repaired. What does that sign have to do with the pterodactyl? Please focus on the part of this part of the sign. The part that broke off and got reattached? What about it? How about if I turn it like this? Oh! That shape! It's the pterodactyl in the drawing! What Mr. Butts actually saw was this chunk as it was being blown through the wind by, blown through the air by wind. What? Okay. On the day of the murder, there was some heavy winds in the area of the mooring dock. But it's hard to imagine that this sign would make it as high as the airship would fly. That means the flying chapel must have been anchored to the mooring dock at night. Or that night. Isn't that right, Mrs. Sprocket? Oh, it's a mechanical pencil. How much lead do you have in there? Huh. It's not lead, though, anymore, right? Felt? No. Yes? That's more than enough of this power of love nonsense, you pop culture junkie. Present all the proof you want, but your argument is based far too much on conjecture. Why don't we return to reality now? What do you mean, too much conjecture? Even if the airship wasn't flying, that alone doesn't prove the witness went along the wall. True. Even now, it's no more than a possibility. Now, how do you propose Mr. Sprocket get to the visit deck, Mr. Edgeworth? I noticed something as I went over the evidence. Please take a look at this hold entry record. What about it? I don't see Mr. Sprocket listed on there anywhere. Don't you remember? In yesterday's session, we had a very similar kind of argument. Did we? Honestly, Mr. Wright, are you going senile? Maybe. We talked about Larry Butts using the defense key card to enter the hold. Oh, we did talk about that, didn't we? In other words, even if the person's name isn't on the record, it's still possible for that person to have entered by using someone else's card. Mr. Sprocket, you entered the hold with Mr. Knickerbody, didn't you? I did. What? Why didn't you tell us that in the first place? Pierce is indispensable. I didn't want to mention him unnecessarily and risk having him wrongly accused. I couldn't do it without him. Mr. Sprocket, I ask that you testify in greater detail about your movements that night. The truth. Probably unlikely. The truth is, I went to the Vista with Pierce. That's why my name doesn't appear on the hold entry record. I was badly injured from being stabbed, but I was frantic. By the time we reached the scene, it was all over. Now that doesn't help me one bit. Mr. Sprocket, you've concealed information from us time and time again. Who do you think you are, treating this court as law with such irreverence? That being said, I do appreciate the testimony you just gave now. Thanks to you, we now know why your name doesn't appear on the entry log. Now there are no more inconsistencies in the witness's testimony. That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. He never leaves a loose end dangling. You okay, Nick? Dangling off a loose end? I wouldn't exactly call the situation okay. Somehow I'll have to coax the information we need for an opening out of him. So we're gonna press him, even if I even can, that is. Okay, so press. You didn't mention this because you didn't want Mr. Knickerbody to fall into suspicion. Is that because he has something to hide? I just didn't want the police to take up his time with all their questions, that is. Neither the company nor the household would function smoothly without him. I see. Ah, sounds like Pierce is absolutely indispensable to the Sprockets. Anyways, getting back to your statement. I mean, he's gonna be indispensable because they're gonna fucking bring in the core for the whole cover-up, right? When did you meet up with Mr. Knickerbody? We met up on my way to the Vista deck. I think Pierce and some of my relatives were on another floor. Pierce heard the commotion and came running to my aid. You could hear the pandemonium all the way from another floor? Mr. Wright, would you like that current statement added to the witness testimony? Sure. Very well. I mean, that is weird. How? Did Mr. Knickerbody come alone? Or are you bugged? You're probably bugged. I believe some of his subordinates were with him, but I don't remember exactly how many. May say they were others, but seeing how they pulled that second reception off, can't completely trust anything he has to say either. I see, so you, Mr. Knickerbody, and a few others headed for the Vista deck, is that right? That's right. Okay.
Hold it!
Your name doesn't appear on the hold entry record, because you entered with Mr. Knickerbody using his keycard. That's right. So I guess the hold entry record doesn't matter as much as we thought. But now that Soren's saying he was with Pierce and a few others, it's pretty tough to refute that statement. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Catch got your tongue? Did you finally realize there's no point in continuing this trial any longer? Of course not. Grr, I'll wipe that smug look off your face, and then dunk your head in a toilet! Mr. Sprocket, please continue with your testimony. I mean, getting stabbed in the gut is bad. Actually, I'm not sure if I ever told this story before. My neighbors, they were having a party way back in the day, and you know, as things do, another group of people that weren't invited to the said party showed up at the house, and they were told to leave, and they wouldn't. So, you know, they all beat the shit out of them until they left, and then one of the people came back and like knocked on the door, and the neighbor's son answered the door, and like as soon as he opened the door, like he lunged at him and they started fighting again, and you know, guy got his ass kicked again and thrown out, and he ran away. And but when he lunged at him, he actually stabbed him in the stomach, and he was in the hospital for a while after that. Was it his liver or spleen? I think it might have been his, I don't know. It hit one of his organs, and it was not good, but he didn't notice it at first, like through the whole fight that they had. It wasn't like a super long fight. It was probably like a minute or two. But yeah, he was stabbed, fucking, they got him out again, and then all of a sudden he looked down and he's like, oh fuck. And then it was bad. Like, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, no, that was not good. That guy went to jail. Actually, a few others that of that group that showed up went to jail, I think, because they tried to like hide him, and I think they hid the knife as well. They were neighbors though of another fucking friend of mine at the time, so there were so many fucking witnesses. Anyways, repress please. Speaking of your injury, how are you doing now? The knife wound is deep and continues to throb with pain. Fortunately, my internal organs were spared, but one wrong move would have spelled the end for me. Even so, I've seen you up and about all over the place since the incident. I am only following my doctor's orders to perform some daily light exercises. Mr. Wright, would you like Mr. Sprocket's statement? Sure, why not? Not that it spears perfect. No, I'm pressing it. Yeah, no, put it on there. I'm pressing the shit out of that. I don't care how irrelevant it is to this case.
Hold it!
Your injuries were really that deep? Luckily, it missed my eternal organs. Otherwise, I wouldn't be alive right now. Well, you could still be alive. It would probably fucking... Well, no, actually. If you were gonna do the second reception, yeah, you probably would have bled out. But if you got to the doctor in time and had a lot of blood transfusion and then surgery, you probably could have lived. It really depends on how bad the stab wound is. According to his doctor, this injury will take about 3 weeks to heal. There's no way someone with that kind of injury could have gone along a side wall. But he might have been able to do it with a burst of adrenaline brought on by the pain. Or fear of what's happening to his wife, fiance. Adrenaline, is that your answer to everything? I mean, as silly as it sounds, there are fucking reality-based things that show that some people will do some really fucking amazing things with adrenaline. Or just do fucking like absurd things after an injury, like an accident through adrenaline, right? In a court of law, the only thing that matters is evidence, not rampant speculation. At least admit it's scientific rampant speculation. May I continue? No! Yeah, of course.
Hold it!
So you still insist you reached the Vista deck of after the murder had occurred. Is that correct? Yes, that's right. Ellen must have killed him. There's no other explanation. I guess whether Pierce was with Soren or not doesn't change the outcome. Guess not. In fact, more witnesses actually make it worse for us. So another cover-up, huh? That Soren has too many secrets. I bet he's still hiding other things too. That's definitely a possibility. But in a situation like this, we have to but what we have to do is go back to the basics. We can go over the testimony and check for lines of inconsistencies? You got it. Okay. Inconsistencies. Heard the commotion? I mean, that's fucking weird. Name doesn't appear on the list. Bachelor injured from stab. By the time, it was all over. Okay. Pierce heard the commotion. Ow. Wait, hold up. Sorry. That's the pocket watch Pierce has, right? Okay. That's gonna come into play then, right? Alright. Let's see. Cause of death. I have nothing. I was gonna... I was looking for something that said there was like a lot of noise or the storm, right? Because it was windy out. Now I can't stop thinking of this, but I don't think that has anything to do with that. Not right now. I mean, get the pamphlet here.
Objection!
No, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not. No, we're just reusing the other one. All right. Okay, is there nothing about a storm? Can we just... We saw this one last time. Just cut it. Just go. I understand I'm losing health and I didn't even save. Anything about a storm? No. It's like, no, where's the autopsy? Yeah, from 10 to 1. That is a huge time gap. Okay. It has a beautiful view. I wouldn't mind having like a wedding on something like this. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know about, you know, with a view like this, sure. I don't know about flying in a blimp though. I'm not really scared of flying. I'm not good with heights. I wouldn't say I have a phobia of heights, like I can fly fine. I will say whenever I'm up on a fucking ladder, it sucks. Or like a fucking roller coaster or something like that too. But flying is not that bad. I would rather not fly, I guess. Not in a blimp. I don't really trust those. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I thought there was gonna be something about like a storm where he wouldn't be able to hear it through that, not to mention the distance. What else is there? What else is there? The truth, I went to the Vista. Good job. Heard the commotion. That's weird. That's why my name doesn't appear in the entry. Yeah. Badly injured. That's true. Knife wound is quite deep. Continues to throb with pain. So if I come over there and slap your belly, you're gonna have a hard time? Chronos. What? Anything about... I don't know, man. Anything about, like... Oh, the candle? No, I don't think so. Maybe? You know what? We'll get to it next time, I guess. Yeah, well, that's it for this episode. I don't know what to present. I'll look it over and see if I can find anything, and I'll see you all then. Bye. Or next episode. Bye.